How does technology change consumer expectations and behaviors? How do you keep up?
Technology is moving so fast. The consumer has a very hard time to keep up with it. They have multiple choices, so eventually you see them racing behind it. In the business, if you wish, of providing priceless experiences, and that takes time. We tend to use technology actually to facilitate, not to make you a slave.
Technology is changing consumer behavior because now we're in an era where the individual has more power than possibly any time in human history, which is exciting. So it's no longer just pushing messages out to people. Instead, successful companies and successful organizations are seeking to understand and to partner with their most prolific supporters to co-create a brand.
Essentially, as consumers now, we are the beneficiaries of a power shift. The power shift is from media companies who used to control what we saw, when we saw it, and how we saw it, or what we consumed and when we consumed, and what we knew about what we consumed. Now, the power shift is with us, with consumers. We make the decisions. We decide when we're going to watch television and where we're going to watch television, meaning on what screen. We decide what we want to buy based on a whole lot more information than we used to have. So essentially we're getting what we need or what we want anytime, anywhere, everywhere. And technology and innovation has created that shift in the power paradigm.
I think it definitely raises their expectations, and if they experience a new behavior, whether it's on their iPad or on their desktop, it sets the bar for all other engagements with communications through other channels. So if they can do it once, they expect to be able to do it everywhere. So that really is a challenge for most communication vendors and brands today.
I think a lot of us feel like we're trying to invent the future a little bit, and we're trying to get people to use their phones in ways that they just hadn't used them before. Like, it's obvious that you open up your phone and ask the maps or a search, some search site, like a question when you're lost, right? When we think about like, how can software almost help you get lost in certain ways? Like, if you're in a familiar neighborhood, how can software push you to do something that you wouldn't have done before? How can it encourage you to go to places that you haven't gone to? How can it make you travel a little bit further to go try something that you haven't done before? When we think of this idea of like software as a motivator, that's a new thing. Like, people aren't used to software suggesting what they should do before they ask for it.